but we're moving on to the Royal Caribbean. We've got such a great mixture. Let's have a little look at the ship itself, because again, they are incredible, these ships, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. And Steve, one of Royal Caribbean's guys, was actually down a couple of weeks ago. You know, this is the brand for fun. It really is. You know, you've got your ice rinks on board, you've got the signature climbing rock at the back.
Things you'd never imagine to be on a
Exactly,
cruise ship.
and that's one thing. You know, there was a lot of passengers that used to come on board and that used to talk about the Royal Caribbean ships, and you can see why. You know, the whole shopping area that they've got, the whole atrium. It really does look. You don't imagine that you're on a ship. And, you know, Johnny Rockets, the fantastic American diner as well, I would just be in there, pulled pork burgers all day long. I'd come off probably weighing a stone more than I went on. Great for the family as well. You've got great kids club activities for all age groups as well. So it really is that sort of party atmosphere that you've got on board. Now, the actual cruise itself, again, we've been talking about itineraries. Barcelona, we've focused on a lot today, but you're ending this in Dubai via the Suez Canal.
I would never imagine this. I mean, this is an incredible cruise. We really have had some brilliant destinations, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we start, of course, at Barcelona, which if you want to add on a stay, first of all, you can do that through Planet Cruise. But then we're moving on, having a few days at sea in that fabulous ship. And where are we ending up?
Well, we're starting in Crete. Again, if you've ever been here on holiday, fantastic place. And, of course, really historical as well. You've got... this is where Hercules and the Minotaur, this is where all of those fables came from. And you expect it to be really, really old. There are parts that are old. There's the city walls. But then you've got a really cosmopolitan and modern city. So fantastic way to start your cruise. Nice relaxing day at sea, and then you're into Israel. Now, if you've never been to this part of the world before, what better way to do it? You're not staying in a hotel, you're staying on a cruise ship. So you've got that safety, you've got that security, and you're seeing these fantastic places as well. Great beaches and great for the markets as well if you want to venture out. But now this is the highlight. If you've got a tick list of cruising, if you've done the Med, you've done the Baltic, you've done the Caribbean, that's when you start to do things like the Panama Canal. But this is where you do the Suez Canal, an engineering marvel. And usually when you're transiting the canal, of course, you've got all these wonderful views. And then you'll have one of the port lecturers or somebody giving you a commentary throughout that day through the Suez Canal. And again, of course, steeped in history, of course, with the Suez Canal crisis as well. Then you're on to Jordan. This is one place I've always wanted to go, and it's because of Petra. Now, if you're going to go here, you've got to book a tour. Please do book a tour, because if you don't recognise this place by name, you'll recognise it by seeing it. It's where Indiana Jones was filmed. You've got to go to the temple, and you've got to go on a tour there. Again, safety in numbers. The great thing is when you book a tour, you're going to be going from people from the ship, you're looked after, you're escorted there, you can spend a nice relaxing day, and then you're coming back to the safety and security of the ship. Then you've got 6 days at sea, and it's completely different now. You're transiting from Mediterranean right through into, look at this,
amazing.
Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Now, if you've never been out here before, this is the Las Vegas of the Middle East. I mean, wealth out there is just unbelievable. But it's some of the buildings. Of course, you've got the highest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, and of course, you've got the Burj Al Arab, which is the famous hotel built on the sort of the design of a sail. I don't know whether we'll get to see that, but if you get a chance to go over there, you've got to take a picture of that. And if you get a chance to go even into the reception of the foyer, I mean, look at that.
It's
Dubai
just an unreal place. It's an amazing place, isn't it?
And when you think about it, again, you know, snow in the middle of a desert, that's what they do. And well, vehicles as well. Go on one of the safaris and just experience this wonderful place. Remember that you've got that 2-night stay in the four-star hotel at the end of this cruise. So no need to extend here, and shopping, all I'd say is just, well, take your credit card, go careful.
That's it. Go
so
with an
many
empty
things.
suitcase. Now, these reductions have just happened. You're saving £500 off the regular brochure price. It should be £1,649 per person. And of course got so much on this, and you have got an onboard spend as well that's been included in this, up to $200 onboard spend per cabin. So all these extras, incredible reductions. That is a really good deal, isn't it? To think you're starting in Barcelona and you're ending up in Dubai.
Yeah. And it's those little ports of call and the Suez Canal. It really is one definitely today.
Absolutely incredible. And you've got included in that price the 4-star, I should say, hotel for 2 nights in Dubai. Absolutely incredible. Now, if you're after this cruise, just jot down the ID number. It's 91382, and of course the phone number on the to get direct to Planet Cruise, different to our normal number, 0800 781 5458. And of course, if you want to go onto the website, do. But honestly, on the phones, they're so helpful, because on the website you can see everything, but on the phone you can say, oh, well, I just thought, do you think that'd be good for me? And they are there to help you.
I don't know whether Glenn's going to be there yet or not. Yet.
Glenn will be there later on, but there's lots of people waiting to answer your calls. And you can see there as well where you put the ID number, just there, where we're waving that little arrow. You pop your ID number in there and it will bring the cruise up that we've told you about.